Hello friends, I'm here today to give you the most up-to-date market stats for the month ending February of 2025. My name is Adam Stein. I'm the broker owner of Century 21 Stein Posner here in Boca Raton. Every month I present market data to you to keep you up to date. I am shooting this here in the beginning of April of 2025 as we've only recently gotten the February data. I'm going to just get right into it. I want to give you this information to help you make good decisions about what's going on in the South Florida residential real estate market. So here's what we saw. As compared to January of 2025 and as compared to February of 2024, so we're looking month over month and year over year, we did see an increase in the number of closed transactions in February from January, which means we're starting to see more transactional activity, which is a really good thing. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now, so I'm giving you this data so that you can have at least a bit of a more grounded approach towards your decision making if you're considering buying or selling residential real estate. So again, transactions in single family homes were on the rise in February as compared to January, but we were down from February of 2024 about 4%. The median single family home price point, this is the number one thing that people are always asking me, is what is a house worth? The median single family home price point in the Tri-County market here in South Florida did go down from January to February about 2.7% or just under 3%, from $637,000. In January, we reached a peak at $655,000, and that number is still up over February of 2024 of $630,000, about 1.2%. That is an important kind of barometer as to where the market is going. What I would say to you is we slid back a little bit from January, but we're still right on par with where we were a year ago. And what that means is that we haven't seen a big increase over the last year. And what I'm also going to share with you is that the number of listings are up. And because buyer demand has softened, mortgage applications have softened, although we're starting to see a little bit of a change as of the first week here in April, if you're listening to this now. Demand is softer and supply is higher. So we're seeing prices stabilize, right? We're not seeing big increases in pricing. Anyway, the other thing is time to contract is significantly up. In January, from January is up 11.7%. From February of 24, we're up nearly 30%. So it went from 37 days to put a house under contract to 48 days to put a house under contract here in South Florida. Why does that matter? Well, if you're putting your house on the market and you have a plan to sell your home, you need to know it's going to take you a little bit longer in February of 25 than it did in February of 24. In fact, it's going to take about 30% longer to get your house under contract. We are seeing new pendings, which means more properties are going under contract in February as compared to January. So we're seeing activity, but still not as much as February of 2024. Again, all signs pointing to a softer market where there's less demand, taking longer to get houses under contract. Prices are staying stable. And we're seeing now what I'll share is more supply. Right now, there are nearly 17,000 single-family homes on the market in the Tri-County area, Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County. And so that's roughly a 31% increase in the number of homes from February of 2024. That's an important piece of data we'll talk about. And I just want to share with you for condominiums, townhomes, the median price point is actually flat from a year ago. No change at all. We're at $349,000 for a condo townhome, kind of the blend of all of those together. What we are seeing is a 40% increase in the number of available properties, almost 33,000 condominium units. So with 32,000 condos and nearly 17,000 single family homes, we've got almost 50,000 properties on the market here in the Tri-County area. So what does that mean to you as a buyer or a seller? Well, as always, I'm going to share with you how important it is to get advice from a professional who can guide you through that process. Is it a good time to sell? Is it a good time to buy? That's largely what people ask a real estate professional, or how is the market, right? And the general response to that is it depends on what you're trying to do. If you have a life event that is prompting you to buy or sell, as a seller, you have to prepare yourself for being on the market longer and having more homes to compete with, which means you're going to have to be creative in how you position your property, and hiring a great agent to help your property stand out is a really important tactic or part of your overall strategy to ensure success. If you're a buyer, you've got available properties now. Properties are sitting on the market longer and you've got more of them to choose from, which means more choices and more negotiating power, frankly, when it comes to being a buyer today as compared to a year ago or in years past. Okay, as always, I suggest you consult a professional if you want to get the best advice on what makes the most sense for you. Catch you next time.